Well, hello and welcome to this episode of a series of videos designed to give you an insight into the Ultra Challenge series from Action Challenge. I'm Dave Payne. I will be your event host at one of the Ultras this year. I'm joined, I'm delighted to say, by Jim Smith, an experienced walker, running coach Matt Buck, and Action Challenge Director Julian Risley. Chaps, lovely to have you here. Today we're going to be talking mainly about nutrition and hydration, something that everyone knows is key, but not everybody gets it right. Jim, your kind of guidelines on what you think the basic rules are for nutrition and hydration?
So from a walker's perspective, you've got to think long term and how long people are going to be on their feet. So you're looking at lots of good, healthy, slow burn carbs. You're looking at getting some high quality food in you in the build up to the event and also throughout the event. What you take on board and start eating in that first 10 or 20k is what's going to fuel you out into the 70 and 80k. So getting the initial fueling is really key for walkers. Again, that amount of time they're going to be on their feet.
Matt, for you, leading up to an event, what are the sort of big do's and more importantly, the big don'ts for people to do?
I think the important thing is to test what you're going to eat during training. Don't go into the event and suddenly see some gels, for example, and think that that's a good idea if you've never used them before. So eat regularly, little and often, same with your hydration, little and often, and just keep it going throughout the whole distance.
Jim, as a walker, I hear this buzzword all the time, carb loading. Sometimes it sounds like a bit of an excuse or something to do to eat lots of bad food, but how important is it from a walker's point of view, people who are taking on this ultra, is carb loading something they should be doing?
And let's be clear, carb loading isn't drinking lots of beer the night before. Carb loading is taking on good, healthy carbs. We're talking wholemeal, we're talking brown bread, we're talking porridge, goats, that sort of level of things. Again, not for weeks before the event, but certainly it's proven in certain studies, kind of 3 or 4 days leading up to the event especially, particularly for endurance events. In general, anything over 90 minutes activity is classed as endurance, right. And that's when you want to start thinking about your carb levels and your reserves in your muscles. And again, as I say, length of time that the walkers are on their feet for, they're going to need those reserves to burn through later in the day.
Matt, anything different from a runner's point of view?
All I'd add to that is don't do the classic mistake of having a family-sized bowl of pasta the night before, because you will turn up to the event with stomach cramps and needing the toilet way more than is natural at that time in the morning, and it's just not good for you. You don't need to go absolutely crazy. It's just a normal-sized meal of those types of foods that Jim advised, but don't go
over the top.
No.
Julian, talking of food, at my first event I was involved with last year as event host, I was shocked by the amount of food and if I'm honest, the quality of food on these events as well, because Action Challenge don't hold back. There's so much on offer, isn't there?
Yeah, we saw you eating those. Yeah, we take the view that we've got such a mix of people, a couple of thousand people perhaps on some of these events. People like different things does different things to different people. So the main meal stations always have good choice, and this is proper food. It is carbs, protein as well, and then we have snack shops along the route, which is a bit of a treat if you like, keep you going. There's plenty of food though, I guess that's the point. So you don't need to bring too much yourself. There'll be plenty on route at all the rest stops.
And they do also take care with sort of dietary requirements as well, because everybody's got different tummies these days.
Increasingly, so it's all the likely suspects: gluten-free, vegan, halal, name it, we do it. So again, you'll be fine. Yeah, food-wise.
I do remember my first event. I remember rocking up on the Isle of Wight a few years ago, and I packed a load of food, bringing with me, not knowing what to expect. My first Action Challenge event, and I had a big bag of food on there because I'd been taking packed lunch all the way.
Well, it's all
training.
weight in your rucksack. You don't need it. You're carrying 10k of food round.
After the first 2 rest stops, I had a little support crew with me. I just gave them all the food, so I don't need this. There's just so much at the rest stops and everything there to keep me going. I was shocked and kind of
They're supposed to give you food to support through, not the other way around. We talked in it briefly before we started recording. We mentioned about gels. Everyone's got different opinions on them. You three all kind of go on the route of not a massive fan. Jim, first of all, from a walker's point of view, gels, need them, don't need them?
I've seen people make this mistake quite early on. They'll hit the gels, often even at the first rest stop. And the thing you've got to bear in mind is high sugar, high glucose. Yeah, taste delicious. Yeah, they can give you a real burst of energy. You've then got the sugar come down, and that comes quicker than you'd think. And you're going to be a long way to go in your event after that. they're very short term, very initial spike through there, soon wears off. Time and time again, we've seen people getting ill, we've seen people just overdo the shots because they carry a handful of them, they can just neck them down, and particularly if they've not trained with them, they're not used to the feel or to gauge how much they're getting through. I've used them once or twice when I've been feeling ill towards the event, last kind of stages of the event, maybe the last 5k, just to give me that spurt to finish strong, and then I don't care about the sugar crash.
Different for runners, would you say?
No, I agree 100%. As you mentioned already, they give you that spike of energy, and that's fine if you're going to carry on taking a gel every half an hour for 12, 24 hours, whatever it might be. But no one wants to do that.
No.
Trust me, no one wants to do that. So just eat normal food, nice, slow releasing carbs. Gels are great if you're doing a 10k or a half marathon or even a marathon at stretch, and you're really pushing yourself, trying to go as fast as you can. But with these events, you don't need to be eating gels all the time.
Julian, you not a big fan for another reason.
Well, it's that we've run all sorts of events, including kind of endurance cycling events, and we've seen it time after time. People have too many of these things, they start to get stomach cramps, it actually makes them feel ill. So the odd one now and again, that's really what they're for. And yeah, we don't really like them because the litter, they're this horrible sort of plasticky sort of thing, and whatever people do, they say they're going to put them in their pockets, they don't, they shove them on the floor. We have to have people come around picking them up, and with them they try their best, but certainly the locals don't like gel wrappers all over the place.
So what should people bring then? If Action Challenge supplies so much food, and obviously they've got the medics there, and they have the toilets and all the facilities they need.
Yeah.
But what should people be bringing in their bags?
I think it's if there's something special you either train with it perhaps, and it just gives you that little edge, or you have a special treat which just does it for you, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's what's going to keep you going. It's the little things that are special to you. We have so much, you won't need much, but those little special things which are special to you.
Finally, what would you two pack in your bag, that little personal thing that will help you get through an event, Matt?
Mini eggs at the moment.
Mini eggs.
They melt, yeah. No, they're good. It's that little shell keeps them intact.
I do like some strong mints in the morning, just to freshen yourself up, feel like you brushed your teeth or something towards the early hours.
And I can confirm his breath is very minty fresh at the moment as well. Well, thanks. There's more videos just like this one covering a whole host of subjects. Please go and find them. And if this has really inspired you or helped you, then go and enjoy yourself. Book on to one of the ultras this year. Push yourself further, which is what we're going to be saying a lot this year. Push yourself further, or for short, PYF. You can join me to the camera if you can. And we're going to say PYF. You ready? 1, 2, 3. PYF. There you go. We'll see you soon.